Hello everyone. I'm going to give you some informations regarding single, double and triple mutant of COVID-19 or coronavirus. So you can see here single, double and triple mutant of COVID-19. Basically, I want to give you some informations regarding the structure of, means the layman structures of the coronavirus, and basically it is a kind of circular elements, and which is known as, that is called the capsid, or you can say envelope, which is associated with some spike proteins. You can see here some spike proteins are there. These are like the spike proteins, and which is surrounded throughout the surface of these viruses. And basically these are known as, you can see this is the spike protein. This is spike protein. And similarly some other proteins are there, and you can see some are known as, it is like this, like this, like this, and throughout the membrane like this, and this is known as, particularly the membrane protein, and this is known as membrane protein. One is spike protein, one is membrane protein. Similarly, the envelope also somewhere it is associated like this one type of things, and this is known as envelope proteins, or this is known as, you can see this is known as envelope protein. This is envelope protein. And similarly, one is envelope protein, one is membrane protein, one is the spike proteins. And similarly, the virus containing one genome, and which is in the what now you can say single stranded RNA, and this is known as the RNA. This is known as the genome, and this RNA somewhere it is associated with the another one protein, that is like these proteins, and these proteins are known as, that is called the nucleocapsid proteins. Nucleocapsid proteins. That means these are the, means besides all four proteins, some other proteins are there, but they are the vital proteins, and this is known as the spike, membrane, nucleocapsids and envelope one. And the thing is that as the virus having the RNA as the genome, you see, suppose I am going to take this one. This is the, you can see, suppose single stranded RNA. And this single stranded RNA, it is having the two ends, one is 3' end, another is the 5' end. And particularly this RNA having different kinds of some nucleotide bases, and that bases are, you can see, it is adenine, and somewhere it is C, that is called the cytosine, and G, that is called the guanine, and that is another one U, it is known as the uracil. That means these four are the main constituents of this RNA, and the arrangement may be, you can see, this is the suppose arrangement, 1 base, 2 base, 3 base, 4 base, 5 base, and so on, like this. And maybe the arrangement may be A, G, C, U, G, C like this. But the basic thing is that when this kind of specific arrangements are there, they are the known for your what? Now this is called the genes, or you can say total whole. As some genes are there, you can see somewhere it is called 1 gene, 2 gene, 3 gene, 4 gene, and so many genes are there within a what? Now one genomes. And particularly in the COVID-19 genome, or you can say this is, as you know, that is called the RNA genome. Some you can see in this condition, this, suppose this is a one gene and the arrangement of A, G, U, C, it may be some alternative fashions, and that is very consistent. This is very consistent to a particular virus. It is a very consistent to the partner, particularly the virus ones. But as the virus within a very short span, it is transmitting from, you can see, it is transmitting from human to human. And human to human means one human to many humans. And simultaneously, one human to also some, it is reported that some bird species also. Means either it is human to human or human to birds, and within this type of partner transmissions, it is facing lots of different kinds of environments. And that environment particularly leads to change the specific sequences of this kind of A, G and U, C arrangements. And when the arrangement, suppose this is the one gene, and if this gene sequences as per the sequence of the COVID-19, if it is slightly changed, then even if it is called the modified, then this is known as the what now you can say mutation is occurring. As I have told, so many environmental factors are there, and within the human body, it differs from the one human to another humans, because every human physiology or anatomy is different from the everyone's. Even if the molecular state is going to be different, and that leads to change this kind of alternations. And when it is changing, if it is minor change, it is called the major change. If minor change it is happening, suppose in cases of the A, if it is somehow it is called the you can see this is called the A, C, G, U. Or by mistakenly, for example, it is now changed. Any sequence it is going to be altered, and it is reported that nowadays 1200 mutations of the what now you can say COVID-19 cases are reported. But why we are emphasizing what the single, double and triple mutant one, this is the what the main focus today. And in these cases is, if one gene is completely changing, if one sequence of the complete gene is changing, now you can see here in the biological science, there is a process which is known as the what? The translation. Translation means the synthesis of the protein. As I have initially focused that there are the major protein sites is there, and among them the spike proteins, they are having the great importances towards the what? Now you can say human infections, or you can say towards the transmission towards the what? The human cells. And when you can see, suppose here the gene, and this gene is responsible for this kind of spike proteins. But now this is changing and this is mutated. For example, this is mutated. That means this is known as anyone. If it is anywhere it is changing, then it is known as the single mutations. And it is whatever the new species it is going to develop, the same virus will remain same. And what is it is going to be developed? This is known as the what? A single mutant. And if sometimes also in some viruses, if that gene is changing in two species, for example, two major species. Major means in gene specific mutations if it is going to happen, then if it is double, then it is called the double mutant. And similarly, nowadays it is reported in India, it is very highly it is going to spreading this kind of transmissions, and now it is known as if 3 times it is going to replicate, then it is called triply, or you can say 3 mutations are happening. My point is here, mutations it is going on. It is a general, or you can say common phenomenon. If some environmental factors like chemicals, pesticides, somehow heavy metals, and somehow interaction with the high temperature, high pH, then this is generally it is going to change. But as it is happening frequently, it is going to transmit from human to human. There is the high chances of the mutations, and 1200 mutations are there nowadays. But they are the great mutations because of the what? Now one gene is mutating. Single gene, double gene and triple genes. That's why it is a very important scenario nowadays to find out the discovery of the drugs and why the vaccines is not interacting, or exactly it is not going to target the particularly virus proteins. And that's why today I have explained these ones, and I think it will be going to helpful for you. And if I have given some information related to this kind of COVID-19 situations, now it is in the pandemic now also, and if you are thinking that this is informative, then you please subscribe my channels and click on the bell icon for the next up to date